Chickens in question. So over, down, to also take a 2x4. I'll do the same thing on that. Have some nice roosting bars. So now I'm gonna go pick up some sticks. Do you mind keeping it down out there? Hey, what's up everybody? John from Old Running Farm here. Thanks for joining us. In today's video, we are going to be building some new roosting bars for our laying flock. And in order to do that, all I need is my trusty chainsaw. And now, I'm definitely gonna need to use my tractor too. And that's not just because I need an excuse to use my tractor at all times. It's because I really need it. Right? There's a lot of things that people talk about when it comes to roosting bars for chickens. One of the big things is you want it to be large enough so that their talons or their feet can sort of lay flat-ish. So contrary to popular belief, even though chickens instinctively roost, in trees, they do not actually wrap their feet all the way around a roosting bar. So you want them to be wide. So what a lot of people use are these. They'll take 2x4s and they'll lay them flat like this. And that's the best way so that they can sit kind of flat. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna use some trees and branches since we have plenty of those down. So I think that's a good thing to use because it's kind of instinctual, makes them feel a little bit more comfortable. And also it's relatively cheap. What I'm gonna do though is I'm gonna make these so that they're easy-ish to take in and out so that we can more easily clean. So I'll show you how we do that later on. All right, so we're now over here. Now back behind me is where we're gonna put our peafowl. So we have cut down some trees, and as you can see, there's a big pile of brush behind me. So we also have some brush over there, and we have some trees over here, and some trees over there, and over here, and by golly, they're just everywhere. So I have some nice straight pieces, or straight-ish pieces back there that should be good. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab my tape measure and I'm gonna take a quick look inside the coop and show you sort of what we're working with, and then I'll get to work. Chickens. Wow, you guys ate all your food, huh? Excuse me. Okay, so this is the coop in question. As you can see, no roosting bars. Wow! Look at all those eggs. So basically what I'm gonna do is I have a 2x4 that I'm gonna go from here over so that it can rest on top of there. And then I'll kind of just have it go down to probably about here. And then what I'll do is I'll also take a 2x4 and stick it on the floor so that it's kind of wedged so it won't fall over. And then I'll do the same thing on that side. Would you mind keeping it down out there? And hopefully all these lovely chickens will have some nice roosting bars. All right, so now I'm gonna go pick up some sticks, take a quick measurement and see where we're at, and get to work. So here's part of a maple tree we took down the other day, and it's actually got some nice lengths here. So if you're following along and doing this, at home, and following this as a how-to, the straighter you can get the branches, the better. So basically what I've found, so I'm gonna do, the long rails are gonna be 7 feet, and then it's gonna be 5 feet wide. So you're just looking for lengths that are straight enough for that period of time. And now something like this will be too thin, but something like this should be pretty good. And we have some other pieces right there that should be straight enough. And all this stuff is either gonna get chipped or just be firewood. So it'll be nice to give it like a real second purpose. So I'm gonna gas up my saw and get to cutting. Just need 2 or 3 more. All right, so now that I got all the pieces cut, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna lay them out, sort of like I have right here, and then I'm gonna mark where each one goes, and then just make like kind of a little cut into the long rail just so it sits closer to it. And I'm also gonna screw, because I'm gonna screw them in, and I want them to be as close to that other wood as possible, and that way they're less likely to fall out. So now you can see that those sit like real nice and flush in there, so I can do some toe-nailed screws from the side and they'll definitely hit and be nice and strong. So I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side, and then we'll be ready to install, which is pretty cool. It's going by pretty fast. So one thing I would suggest if you're doing this on your own, use a smaller chainsaw for cutting the little divots. I have a 20-inch bar on there, and so making those fine detailed cuts is tough. Just in case anybody wants to get me a new chainsaw. Don't tell Catherine. Well, now I know why I need the tractor. This sucker's heavy. But what I'm gonna be able to do is, first of all, this is not really gonna slide. So once I set it up, it'll be really nice. And what we'll be able to do is, instead of taking it all the way out of the coop when we need to clean it, we'll be able to just stand it up. So that will be nice. So now I'm gonna grab the tractor and take this over to the chicken coop. Well, it's a tight squeeze, but I'm glad we made this hallway 8 feet wide. Right? Okay. Woo. Whoa. So in case anybody's wondering, yes, it is heavy. And also, yes, you probably should have a friend help you with this. Almost. Lift with the legs. Okay. as we say in the business, that's not going anywhere. And I'm actually really happy because I didn't measure the space in between these rails, but they're perfect because what you want to do is you want to avoid chickens pooping on top of each other. And so this way they're far enough apart that nobody's going to get pooped on. And this is a lot. I mean, maybe we even just put the thing in on the bottom so that it can't slide. And then we're just good. I don't think I need anything up at the top. So I'm gonna go grab a 2x4, I'll be right back. While waiting, I'll leave this on to see if anybody hops on there. So now I'm basically just putting these boards on the end here, and I'm gonna screw them to the floor. So they'll just basically be like chocks on a truck that you put that you don't want to move. So, and then this way, when we want to clean in here, we'll be able to just lift up that front part, or that top part, and just push it against the wall and clean out, and then we can put it right back where it was. Should be good. Alright, so I have now, my entire weight is on this, so we can fit more than 230 pounds worth of chickens on here, which will be a lot of chickens. So this should be all good. Thank you guys very much for watching this video. We really appreciate it. If you want to see the video where I talk about the 7 tools that are essential to start building your own chicken coops, you can check it out right here. We go live on Wednesday nights at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, and we usually put out new videos on Mondays and Fridays. Please give this video a like and consider subscribing to our channel. We'd love it if you did. Thanks a lot and see you next time. Bye.